If you don't know the plot of Star Wars, this should help. That's pretty cool, and probably worth basing your entire personality and emotional stability around. But Hollywood's got some weird assumptions about masculine and feminine roles, and to be honest, maybe we all do. So let's swap Anakin and Padme's genders and see how that makes us feel. Because you're watching Gender Swap, I'm Allie, and this is the tragedy of Annie the girl. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a religious zealot soldier guarding a secret king whose ship craps out in the desert. To help them escape, the soldier rigs a space NASCAR event with the help of a female child slave.
Funny little slave.
To win some ship parts, which is crazy because nobody should trust a woman driver. To be fair, the soldier also wants to set the girl free because of her pure blood, as defined by his weird religion.
What are you doing?
Checking your blood?
No plan to save her mom, though, because she's old, and of what use is a woman over 30?
I tried to free your mother, Annie, but too old.
While the soldier prepares his scheme, the little girl, a 9-year-old named Annie, meets the 14-year-old male king named Patty, short for Paddington, and is smitten in that way that 5th graders are always getting smit over freshmen in high school. Eventually, these two will bang so hard the galaxy almost ends. But that's later, so it's fine. And also in space, much like in West Virginia, nobody can agree on specific age of consent laws anyway.
Too old.
But so, yeah, for the next decade or so, Annie is trained to become a magical warrior nun by a master magical warrior priest man who constantly admonishes her for being too emotional and hot-headed.
Come to your senses!
Just like a woman, am I right?
I don't sleep well anymore.
Because of your mother?
I don't know why I keep dreaming about her.
Dreams pass in time.
Eventually, Annie reunites with King Patty, who is pleased with Annie's physical development.
My goodness, you've grown.
And so King, now technically Senator Patty,
I'm a senator.
absconds with Annie to his home planet to marry her, after confessing he's been in love with her since this.
Now this is pod racing.
But hey, at least their wedding venue was pretty. The romantic sounds of a rich, older politician marrying a child slave turned zealot warrior. The sound of the Hamptons.
Annie, come on.
Weirdly, Annie's master, who also pulls shifts as her best friend and basically de facto parent, doesn't really seem to mind. Everyone knows what's going on with King Patty and Annie.
Yes.
Despite originally thinking Annie was
Too old.
to become a Jedi at the ripe old age of 9. Which, hey man, if 9's too old to become a Jedi, maybe don't make Jedis? Maybe it's because they're intending to pimp Annie out to Chancellor Palpatine's ancient ass in the hopes that he'll spill some state secrets. They won't even let her become Jedi Master, despite being the prophesized chosen one who will save all of existence. What, you trust a woman with the Force nuclear codes when she's on the rag? So, okay, to recap. Former child slave, stolen from her mom, taught a new religion that involves becoming a soldier, putting down a separatist movement, who was groomed and exploited by older men in power, constantly told to deny her emotions.
And now, this.
I love.
So, her hysterical feelings about her mom dying were actually a prophetic warning, but Obi-Wan wouldn't let her follow up. The entire reason she wanted to become a Jedi was to free slaves, but the Jedis wouldn't let her. They wouldn't even let her go save her mom. With Anakin, that's sad. With Annie, well, for starters, this scene becomes extra f***ed up. I mean, nobody wants to see a man murder a room full of children, but if a woman does it... This part seems legit, though. Sorry. That was Miss Bill murdering a bunch of Japanese people for revenge despite the actual villain being this white guy. Totally different than Annie murdering a bunch of space Middle Easterners for revenge despite the actual villain being a whole mess of white guys. That's right, kids. With Annie instead of Anakin, her kinda racist genocide of the Tusken Raiders isn't some fall to the dark side. It's her first step to girl boss stardom.
Come on, Annie!
Because if Anakin was a girl, you wouldn't be going to Twitter to accuse Lucas of racism. You'd be going, yes, bitch, slay, because she, you know.
Yes, bitch.
Except Annie's righteous fury is exploited by Chancellor Palpatine, and his silky words cause her rampage to expand from weird-looking foreigners to the religious junta that tears away children from their homes. She fully intends to rip the entire galaxy a new asshole. But before she can wholly become chosen girl boss triumphant, the man who stopped her from saving her mother, who watched as a king and a chancellor groomed her, cuts her in half while saying that he loves her.
I loved you.
And you bet we care more about her body being destroyed when she's a woman. They don't even give her an epidural. The man who literally split her in twain apparently pulls her children out of her somehow. raises them in the cult Annie failed to stop, and trains them to murder their mother's killer.
What I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
When she tells one of them the truth, he almost heroes himself off a ledge.
That's impossible!
And eventually, all that gaslighting leads to this.
Hello there.
That's your fault.
You have done that yourself.
Annie then literally crawls back to the clearly abusive Palpatine and spends most of the next 3 movies trying to kill every remaining trace of that woman-hating, baby-stealing, body-having religious order. It even paints Lady Vader's relationship with Luke in a different light, as now it's a mother trying to connect with a son she never even knew she had, only for that son to reject her and basically kill her.
You were right about me.
Ultimately, this is a big difference between Star Wars and a true girl boss movie. In most of these girl boss movies, the indignity that these women suffer makes their revenge, I don't know, fun. You know, we want to see them win. But in Star Wars, Annie loses. Just everything. Cruella, Furiosa, Maleficent, you know, they all end up with a castle. But in Star Wars, a young slave is abused and manipulated literally her entire life for her mind, body, and power, only to fight back and end up half a body in a torture machine. And none of it matters.
No one's ever really gone.
The wizard school that tortured her reforms with her son as schoolmaster. The Senate comes back too, now run by her daughter. The abuser who she died to finally kill comes back to life somehow. Her grandson even starts dressing like her, like a creepier Norman Bates. And worst of all, slavery's still booming. You can be an obedient slave, you can be a useful soldier and spy, a generous lover, a terrifying villain, or the most powerful person in the galaxy, and no matter what, if you're a woman, you lose. Nobody wants to see that. And that's why Lucas made Anakin a dude. I mean, can you imagine the prequels being maybe poignant? No thank you. Good riddance. Good riddance, Annie.
I'm a person.
Also, what a Mary Sue, you know? She can pod race, she can build robots, she can fly well. We're supposed to believe a woman can lift rocks with her mind. Okay. Skepticism intensifies.
If we have extra time, can we go back and save my mom? Gross, no, she's like 30.
Wow, Annie, you are way hotter now than you were as a 9-year-old.
Oh, Annie, my most trusted disciple. I would trust you with anything, except for sitting on those nice chairs there when you have your period. I don't understand how they work, but I understand they can be messy. So don't sit on my nice leather seats, they're horse leather. Backflip.
Oh, I'm a woman and I'm on fire!
You did this to yourself, bitch!